It's time to step into the ring with someone who needs no introduction. The one, the only Big George Foreman. Born January 10, 1949, in Marshall, Texas, raised in Houston's Fifth Ward, a tough, impoverished neighborhood. George's life took a rough turn in his teenage years, when he dropped out of school and joined street gangs. At 13, he got into boxing to defend himself and found a new sense of discipline and purpose. His talent was undeniable, and by the age of 16, he was already a Golden Gloves champion. In 1968, George represented the USA at the Olympics in Mexico City and won the gold medal in the heavyweight boxing category. What an incredible way to start his professional career. He also ran a youth center in Houston, providing guidance and support to those who needed it most. In 1969, George turned pro and went on an impressive winning streak, finishing 37-0 with 34 knockouts in his first 3 years. That's a knockout ratio of 91.89%. In 1973, George shocked the world when he beat Joe Frazier in the second round to claim the World Heavyweight Championship. This was a massive upset as Frazier was the reigning champion and considered unbeatable. But George proved that night that he was not only capable of winning, but that he possessed incredible power. At first, he was met with a lot of skepticism and even mockery. After all, he was older and bigger than when he had retired, and many people thought that his best days were behind him. But George proved them all wrong. He beat Michael Moorer to regain the heavyweight championship, becoming the oldest heavyweight champ in history. During this time, George gained a lot of weight and was often out of the public eye. People loved his sense of humor, his humility, and of course, his incredible power. He is also deeply religious and a devoted family man. He has 5 sons, all named George. Yes, you heard that right. All 5 of his sons are named George. He was a feared fighter, a comeback king, and a beloved TV pitchman. He was known for his incredible power and his ability to reinvent himself throughout his career. And he is also a father to 12 children in total, 5 boys named George, and 7 daughters. George was never one to shy away from a challenge, and he took on all comers. He was willing to fight anyone, anywhere, anytime. With each fight, George's reputation grew, and he became a force to be reckoned with in the ring. But it was in 1974 that George faced his biggest challenge yet. In what would become known as the Rumble in the Jungle, he went up against the legendary Muhammad Ali in Zaire. Ali used a tactic known as the rope-a-dope, which involved leaning against the ropes and letting Foreman tire himself out. And in the 8th round, Ali knocked out a weary Foreman to take the championship belt. It was a massive global event and a defining moment in both boxers' careers. He was feared by his opponents and respected by his fans. After the loss, Foreman claimed he had a near-death spiritual experience in the locker room. In 1977, after suffering another loss, George hung up his gloves, seemingly for good. He retired at the young age of 28 and went back to school, eventually becoming a Christian minister. He says he heard God telling him to straighten up and live a better life. For the next 10 years, George dedicated his life to preaching and helping others. But in 1987, at the age of 38, he made a remarkable comeback to the boxing world. He went on to win 24 of his next 26 fights, becoming a fan favorite once again. In 1994, at the age of 45, George achieved what many people thought was impossible. George continued to fight until he was 48 years old, finally retiring in 1997. But his story doesn't end there. Throughout his personal life, George has been known for his sense of humor and his humility. George has written several books, including 2 autobiographies, a novel, and several faith-based works. Looking back at his career, it's hard to argue that George Foreman isn't one of the greatest heavyweights of all time. George Foreman passed away on March 20th, 2025, leaving behind a legacy that will never be forgotten. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. Till next time, stay safe and take care.